unboxing, kind of like a vibrating, but that's neat. Crappy color, that's the bluegill color. Give one of these away. What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. I've got a box. Yes, that means it is time for an unboxing, but this is a little bit different. This is from a company that I have never ordered from before. A lot of you have ordered, asked if I've ever picked up stuff from them. I actually got the idea from Jim, Tackle Junkie. He's a big fan of their stuff. Karl's Bait and Tackle, I guess they own or are owned by Mystery Tackle Box. However that works, I don't know. But I picked up a bunch of stuff from them. This isn't a paid promotion. They didn't send this for free. This is my hard-earned money that I spent on this. So I used Jim, Tackle Junkie's link over there, so hopefully that helps him out. He's a great guy. If you're not already subscribed to his channel, go check it out. With this, I've got a few things in here, and I ordered a couple $100 worth of stuff because it's around that time of year, the time for giving. So most of this is going to be going right back to you all. Now, some of this I'm going to keep for myself because I want to do some testing, some things that I've heard of and have never even used before. So some of these I got to keep myself to try. First, check out this thing. Pretty cool. This is a series that Mystery Tackle Box has worked with Karl's to put together called the Beginner Series. Now, I actually got 5 of these boxes, 6 technically. They sent me one that was empty. I didn't order it, but they just sent me an extra box. So I've got another idea for that coming soon. But anyway, these 5 boxes, they've got a Topwater box, a soft plastic box, a crankbait box, oh, and a jig box. Separately, there's also a terminal tackle box. So I got 5 of these boxes total. And my plan, after I opened them up, a couple of them I thought they really hit on the head. They load this box with, well, hold on, what's it say? The Karl's Bait and Tackle Beginner Series is perfect for new anglers or those trying to dial in on specific techniques. Each bundle contains technique-specific products and instructions from rigging and retrieval to optimal fishing times and conditions. Now, I went through these all before I did the unboxing and stuff just to see what was in them. A couple I thought they did really well. I thought they put stuff that beginners would use, good stuff. And a couple I thought they missed on pretty badly. I'm thinking, you're expecting beginners to throw this, or is this really what it says in this box? Because it doesn't look like that's what would be in this. So my plan is to unbox each one of those separately on a video. Talk about, do I think what's in there is good? Would I change it? And if there are things that I would change, I'm going to take it out of my own personal stash, my own personal bag, put it in here and give that box to someone. So we'll talk about how I would use the things in there, the different baits, all that to kind of help you out and send that box out to someone. So that's kind of the first piece. Those beginner boxes, we'll get into those more in separate videos. Next up, from 10,000 Fish, I've had a bunch of people ask me if I've used these at all. The Sakoshi bugs. Now these are kind of interesting because they're made out of, and I don't know what if it actually says on here, it just says Stretch X plastic. So essentially it's an elastec or elastomer, I think is what the actual plastic is called. An elastomer type soft plastic, which is pretty close to, you guessed it, Z-Man's Elastec. So it's super stretchy, should last through a ton of fish. The actual design of them is interesting. So from the top, it looks kind of like a ridged or a ribbed Ned rig. But on the bottom of it, it's got these little leg deals here. So 3 little legs on each side, and then kind of like 2 flappy antenna deal things there at the top. Those right there. So that's the Sakoshi bug, is at 2.5 inches. So 2.5 inches, perfect on a little Ned rig head. Pretty cool. I got black and blue. Of course, I would have to get green pumpkin, my all-time favorite color for soft plastics. And I got green pumpkin orange. I figured that's a pretty good craw imitator for a lot of folks. So I got 3 of those to try out. I got some extras too. I don't know if those will be going in the boxes or not. You'll have to wait and see, but I will be giving some of these away soon. Next up, also from 10,000 Fish, the Yoda worm. Heard a lot of people talk about these. I actually saw a Tackle Junkie talk about these and a bunch of people on Instagram and stuff, but he was using it as, I believe, a chatterbait trailer, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. I got a few different colors, watermelon, red flake. I got the sun gill. These are 4.75 inches, and on the back it's kind of cool because it shows you how to rig those up. So you can see there, you can vertically rig it on like a chatterbait, bladed jig, or a spinnerbait there. Come down to the bottom and it shows shaky head, Texas rig, drop shot. So kind of neat that they include that on there. Got that color, green pumpkin pearl. I like the looks of that. White with silver flakes, so kind of a silvery pearl look almost to it. Regular old green pumpkin, we can't forget about that. A really neat color that I liked, electric shad, pretty cool color. And of course, for that dirtier water on a black and blue chatterbait, black and blue flake. Now let me just take one out to show you. A cool design, like it says there, it's got that tickle tail, so it's a little bit fatter ribbed body, and then it tapers down into this little tiny tail. So you can see there, just barely moving that soft plastic. Look how much movement that tail has there. So a 4.75 inch plastic. The body is kind of thick inside, but not as thick as it looks, because as you can see, it's got a whole bunch of ribs on there. So that kind of adds to the bulk. That moves a little bit of water there, gives a little bit more displacement in the water when those ridges go through and kind of trap that and make bubbles and such. So a number of different ways you could use it. On a shaky head, imagine that tail going like that on the bottom, cool. Texas rig, if you wanted to punch through stuff that was a little bit thicker, nice sleek design, that's going to come through vegetation really well. Of course, is a chatterbait trailer. Can you imagine that thing vibrating? Number of uses for this. Cool little bait. I'm excited to try it. Going to be giving away some of these as well. Next, Game Changer Lures. If y'all saw my unboxing not too long ago, that subscriber unboxing, this is that eliminator. I didn't order this. They threw it in, so I guess thank you, Karl's. I didn't order it, but I guess they're cool. Summer Craw color. Neat little deal. That's definitely going to be going in one of those beginner boxes I was talking about, because I didn't pay for it, so I don't feel right keeping it. It's going to go back to one of you all. Staying with the soft plastics, I saw these. I actually have never seen these before when I've ordered. This is from Riot Baits, called the Relic. Now, this reminds me of a hula grub, essentially is what it is. I used to use the Arky ones, chompers. Y'all saw me use that in a couple videos this year. But that's really what it is, with a little kind of different twist to it. So you can see there, it's almost like a craw trailer. It's got the little feet there that have the ridges, so those are going to flap back there, but it's also got that hula skirt up front. So if you just put this on a jig head, bounce this on the bottom, you're going to get all kinds of movement out of it. I was also thinking using this on like I forget what they call it, the biffle bug rig, whatever that head is. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but if you put this on like a biffle bug thing, can you imagine that scurrying on the bottom, kicking, flipping? Man, I really want to use that now. Unfortunately, it's super cold here in Iowa. We're going to have ice before long, but really excited to give those a try. I should have got a couple colors. I got the watermelon red. I wasn't sure if I was even going to like them, but they're actually really cool. I think those are neat. Riot Baits, I don't use a bunch of their stuff. I know they got some cool things out there, but that's the Relic. I like that. Okay, sticking with the soft plastics, I got a couple baits from Karl's. They're actually the Karl's brand. I guess I didn't realize Karl's made their own soft plastics and lures too. Like I said, I don't really know much about them. I've never used their stuff. So they call this the Haas Craw. It comes in a 7-pack. Oh, smells like wet Play-Doh. Smells not very good on them, but I like the look of this deal. So this is black and blue. You can see there, you break those two main claws apart. They've kind of got the ridges on them like a Rage Craw, like a Strike King Rage Craw there. So those are going to flap. It's got the two little antenna deals in the middle, and they are super oily. Look at all that oil. Very, very, very oily, but a cool look, cool profile to it. It kind of reminds me of a Rage Craw, but that's neat. I like it. I think that would definitely work. And right now, I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning, right now, if you're watching this before the whole Thanksgiving Day sales and all that stuff, Karl's is running a sale. That's why I got all this. They've got like 20 to 40% off on some of their stuff. So I picked up these, the Haas Craws in black and blue, and also watermelon red flake. So I'm going to give those a try. I just picked up these 2 packs just to see how they are. I didn't really know how they would do, so I just grabbed 2. Next up, from 10,000 Fish, I've had a number of people ask me about these. Oh, I guess by Ketchco. So Ketchco must be the place that makes all the 10,000 Fish stuff. I don't know how all that works. These are 4-inch 7-pack called the Saw Craw from 10,000 Fish. What does it smell like? Interesting. Interesting smell. I'm not sure what I'd call that. So kind of a similar look to those Haas Craws. You can see it's got the kind of flappy, catchy flange there, like a Rage Craw again. It's got 2 little spiky antenna deals there. I like that the things are kind of serrated there. I bet those definitely really kick. It's got some legs on it. I like that it does have the kind of little leg looking stuff there. Otherwise, pretty standard looking craw, flappy looking craw. Kind of reminds me of a Rage Craw. But it's cool. I definitely think that would catch some fish. Did I just say definitely catch some fish? What else did I get? Oh, I got Summer Craw, which is your green pumpkin with the chartreuse belly. Of course, regular old green pumpkin. And again, what they call that Texas Craw, that kind of darker green pumpkin with an orangish, rustyish colored belly. Okay, switching gears, I did grab one of these, one of the bull shads. I saw they just started carrying those. I've got the smaller 5-inch, so I wanted to pick up this. Yep, which is the 6-inch. They look great in the water. You're supposed to fish them fast, just under the surface so they wake. Definitely looks like a shad coming through. So something that I really wanted to focus on more this year, and I didn't catch fish on them. I threw them, I didn't dedicate whole days to it, but I dedicated hours on some of my trips and never caught anything on the larger swim baits. So we're gonna continue that trek. I got just a little bit bigger one. They look amazing in the water. We'll see how they do. Okay, up next, staying with the swim baits, I got something new, brand new on the market. And these are, I don't know if these are only at Karl's or what, but I saw them on there, the new bull gills, the Mike Buka, I don't know. The bull gills. Now these are similar to like the bull shads. I've thrown it a little bit, haven't caught anything on it. Cool action, a little bit smaller profile. Now I grabbed a couple of these, this color, which is baby bass. And you know what? Since I want some of you all to catch some fish on these, I think I'm gonna give away this swim bait, one of these, and another swim bait here in just a second. So comment below if you're somebody who likes to do some glide bait or some swim bait fishing. Comment below and let me know because I'm gonna pick a random winner to get this and another one you're gonna see in a second. So the little bullgill, pretty cool. What is it? 3.75 inches. Cool looking little swim bait. It's a multi-jointed, 4 parts there. So when it swims like this, complete like actual swimming motion. I also got that guy right there, the old crappy color. Gonna leave that as is. And then I got one of these. And this one, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try painting it. Maybe that's a giveaway I'll do sometime, but that's what color do they call that? Pearl Bone. I thought that would be an easy color to cover and paint myself. So I don't know what type of style I'll do or pattern. If there's something you want to see, comment below and let me know. But I got to figure out a way to do some more painting videos and get you guys involved because for whatever reason, the painting videos don't do as well as the others. So maybe I'll do like a painting video with a certain bait and then talk about the type of rod, reel, line that I was using on. Maybe give a couple tips, something like that, so you all get more out of it. If you're not really into watching painting, if you have something similar, at least you'll still get something out of it. So the new Mike Buka Bull Gills. Okay, last for the swim baits in here. As I was saying, I'm gonna give one of these away. These are the Molex Glide Baits 178s. These are 7 inches and weigh in at 2.34 ounces. So you will have to have a little bit heavier rod to throw this on. It's a big lure, but super cool. Now the reason I'm giving one away is because I thought one was like a very opaque flat color, that trout. But it's kind of metallic-y, reflective-y, just like this one. This is the silver minnow, and this is, of course, just your regular kind of rainbow trout color. So when you comment below and tell me if you like swim baits, comment and let me know which one of these you would like. I'm gonna give one of these away along with that baby bass colored bluegill, so you get both of those. I haven't been doing very well on swim baits, these big glide baits. I still have yet to catch one on it, so I want to give you all a chance to do just that. Okay, sticking with swim baits, but switching over to soft. These are little paddle tail swim baits from Z-Man. They call these the swim and trout trick. Now, I wouldn't necessarily use these for like the rainbow trout that I catch around here, but these are 3.5 inches. I just like the look of them. I might try them on a regular jig head. I might try them as a trailer. Super cool looking there. This one they call fried chicken. It's kind of like a pearl with almost like a Houdini color up front, and obviously a very chartreuse tail and back. So neat color, just a cool little swim bait. Of course, it's that Elastec, so you can catch a ton of fish on those. Neat looking guy. Then I also picked up this color called Opening Night. I don't know how well this is gonna show on camera, but you look at it head on, it looks like there's nothing in there. It's like a pearl up top with like a clear and some kind of hairy looking flakes in it. But when you turn it, it's got a really cool iridescent purple color to it. So good clear water color, really natural, you know, kind of that minnowy reflective look to it. So I'm excited to give those a try. Like I said, not necessarily for trout around here, but I would imagine crappie, bass, a whole bunch of different stuff would eat these. So figure we'll give those a try, the trout tricks. And then to go with those, I picked up some of the trout eyes. I have used these before just as regular jig heads, but I grabbed a couple different packs of these, a little bit larger size. That's a 1/4 ounce. The trout eye, those actually glow. Those would be good for walleye. And I grabbed some of the smaller 1/8 ounce, just have like the yellow kind of gold looking eye, but decently stout hooks, so it's not a real tiny light wire. But I like them, so I grabbed a couple of those. Okay, almost to the end here, second to last thing. I picked up some of their lipless crankbaits. I'm a huge lipless crankbait fan. These are called the Thwacker. A sinking lipless crankbait, 2.75 inches, and it's a 1/2 ounce. This is the OG Sexy, so you can see it's just like a white kind of shad color. Take it out just to show you the overall look. The sound of it here, Got the multiple BBs in it, so kind of like a red-eye shad sound to it, but this has kind of a reflective pearl on the outside of it. Hooks are really good and sharp on it. I've never used this style before from them, so we'll see how those babies do. I like them. Now I did pick up multiples of these as well, so these are going to be in some giveaways coming up soon too. Also have the Ghost Pro Shad, so a little bit more translucent, natural looking color. Chartreuse Gill, one of my favorites for like a dirty water. A chartreuse, you know, dark black back, works great in dirty water. That Fire Craw color, kind of that yellowish, orangish belly, goes up to into a darker orangish red and black up top. I like that, great during the spring months. And finally, for all you pond guys out there, a Ghost Gill. That's more of a translucent, clear bluegill color, so very natural looking. Great if you've got, you know, kind of clearer ponds and small lakes where there's a lot of bluegill. Great color. Okay, last up, something that I have heard a ton of talk about. Multiple people have asked me if I've used them. I'd never picked them up before. These are the Trash Master Jigs. Bass Geek did a video on these. He's a big fan of them because they're weedless, great for beginners. This is something I also got multiples of because I want some of you out there to try those. So if you haven't checked out Bass Geek's channel, make sure you give him a follow. Hank, he's a great dude, nice guy. He has a bunch of, you know, informational stuff. And one that he talked about was this, a good jig for beginners. So I grabbed some of these in 1/2 ounce. I like to throw a 1/2 ounce when I'm swimming a jig or flipping it around brush from the boat. My favorite from the bank is probably a 3/8 ounce for stuff that's moving. Now, for like finesse jigs and stuff, I prefer a 5/16 or a 1/4 ounce if I have a rod that I can throw it on. I like to go lighter for those little finesse jigs around riprap. You get hung up and snag less. But for moving baits, 3/8 ounce is my go-to from the bank. This is a bluegill color, really cool look to it, and what makes these jigs unique is it's got a screw lock up here. As you can see right there, it's got a little screw lock in the front, so you take your paddle tail or craw, whatever you're gonna put on, screw the nose of it in there, and then, well, let me just grab one. All right, well, since I got them, I figured I might as well put some of those on. That's the Yoda worm on the back of one of these. Now, like I said, what makes it cool is you can expose that hook or bury that hook in there, so it's a weedless design, and what you've got here is essentially a swim jig or a flipping jig that's completely weedless. There's no exposed hook like you'd have on a regular jig. Look at that tail bounce. Imagine bouncing this around some grass, popping it through some grass. That looks pretty cool. That actually looks like a pretty cool bluegill imitation right there by itself. I like that. So the Trash Master jig, cool because you can have a completely weedless design there. Put your paddle tail on back, you know, a swimming craw, flip it around wood, and you're not going to have to worry about getting hung up all the time if you're somebody that normally does not like to flip and pitch or swim a jig. It kind of takes care of all that for you. So cool design. I'm liking that, the little Trash Master jig. So that's the bluegill color. I also got green pumpkin, but you can see it's got some kind of red on the bottom and some red flakes in it. I got the OG Sexy again, which is kind of like a sexy shad color to it, a white shad imitation. And last, the Okeechobee Craw, so that green pumpkin with blue in it. They were out of black and blue. I was gonna get black and blue too, but they were out. So I got these, some good bluegill imitation, shad imitation. That should do it for me quite well because that's what I normally throw. So that's gonna do it for me tonight. Comment below and let me know what you thought of this unboxing. Are there other things you wanna see from Karl's? And if you're someone who likes to throw swim baits, make sure you comment below and let me know which swim bait you would like, or if you like to throw swim baits, something like that. I'm gonna be doing a random comment picker and giving both of these, either the trout or this, away to someone so you all can try the swim baits out. I appreciate you all. It's the giving season. I want to do a number of these. Like I said, I have those beginner boxes, 5 of them. So there's going to be 5 separate videos where I go over that stuff, go over the lures, add some of my lures to it, and give that box away to one of you all. So that's going to do it for me tonight. Tonight's subscribe fishing friend is Lucas Wise. Lucas is with the Chicago PD, the dive unit. So, you know, going out, getting the bodies, you know, to be found. It's something I could never do, but I'm glad there's people out there that do it. We need you. So thank you, sir. Also, might as well give a shout out to Westo Angling. I got his shirt on too. Jake, he's a good guy. He has a YouTube channel as well. Give him a follow. But thank you, gentlemen, for watching and supporting my channel. Thank you for sending the hooded sweatshirt in. And thank you for everybody else who continues to watch and support my channel. Like I've said, it means a ton to me. Without all of you, my channel would be absolutely nothing. So a few of these unboxings and stuff I want to do to give away and give it back to you all. But that's going to do it for me. I got to edit, get this up tomorrow. So thank you all for watching. And until next time.